Well, now, Peter O'Toole, I'd like to know how you happened to be chosen as Lawrence of Arabia.
Well, first of all, I'm relieved you're speaking to me in English. I thought it was to be French for a minute. Well, I don't know what the backstage politics were. One never does. But the facts as I know them is I met David Lean at a party, and there was some talk of me doing it, and I met Sam Spiegel later on, and then I went to Stratford, and I was playing there, and I read in my newspapers that Marlon Brando was playing it, then Lawrence Harvey, then Tony Perkins, then Albert Finney, then Dirk Bogarde, and General de Gaulle. I don't know, everybody was playing it, except me, and then finally it came round to me.
But you look a little like Lawrence of Arabia, don't you?
Yes, well, we have a similar background, really. We're both Irish, except that he was 4'2" and I'm 9'6", as you can see.
I suppose it doesn't matter very much.
No.
But how did you get prepared to that extraordinary part you had?
Well, the first terms of reference, of course, are the script. And then my job is to make the words into flesh. And I did this primarily by reading all the various and the available literature on him and by him, but mostly by meeting people he knew. And more than his biographers, I met Arabs he knew, people who fought with him throughout the 2 years from the Hejaz to Damascus. And I lived for about 3 months before the film took place in Arabia, learning to acclimatise, to wear the Arab frock so it didn't look like a fancy dress ball, camels and all that.
But now that you have studied the character of Lawrence of Arabia, now that you have been Lawrence, what do you think of him? Who is he?
Well, I don't know who he is. I don't think he ever did, really. I think his creator might, but all I can say is that now I think I'm old enough, just about old enough, I've just about enough sense now, if I ever met him, to be able to run.
Really? What does that mean? You don't like him at all?
Oh, I think that's why I'd run. I'm sure he's the most extraordinary, fascinating, compelling person.
And what did you like in the film itself? In the part you had to act?
Well, the film was on 2 levels for me and for all of us, really. It was not only a drama, it was an adventure. And though I adored working, but what I chiefly, it took 2 years of my life, and I haven't got too many 2 years to spend. The adventure to me was of paramount importance. I loved meeting the Bedouin. I liked living with them.
Oh, you like the country?
No, I hate it.
But you like the people, then?
Well, the Bedouin hate it as well, yes. They loathe the desert. They loathe the sun. They like green things and water, trees and shade.
Well, now, after that film you've made, after that wonderful film, what do you prefer? Do you still prefer theatre, or do you think you'll have a career in cinema as well?
Well, I'd like very much, I'm very greedy, you see. I'd like to have a career in all manner of things, but I prefer theatre to anything.
But I think that we must say that we hope you'll go on making films.
I hope so too. Thank you very much.